bit. And when Tony did decide to leave, and it was just at such a late date, and trying to make the easiest transition we could moving forward, and I could help out where I could help out at, and that seemed to be the way to go.
How's the balance going to work between you and Antonio, and what would you like to see?
Well, which I'm trying to help him. We'll toss the baton to him at some point here. But right now I'm kind of doing as far as the structure of everything we're doing and so forth, and he's assisting with that, and want his input all the time, and he's got a lot of great thoughts and ideas, and we're trying to just incorporate things as we move forward.
What's the office been like with all these NFL minds that you got in here at a college school?
Well, we've been able to, obviously with the hiring of Rob, who, had worked in the system. We've got a couple other people, one other guy coming, Donnie, who worked for me and with me, and so the ability for us to kind of collaborate on things and really help. Chris worked in basically the same system in SC, very similar, so we're trying to work hard at collaborating on everything, and we're putting things together in a very quick manner, and basically day by day, so getting the structure done of what we want to do and move forward and add as we go forward. But with spring ball was so quickly upon us, just to make sure we lay a proper foundation for when we come back and get ready in summer camp.
Is that Donnie Henderson you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Coach, I know that with the circumstances and coach changing and this and that, you went up to Herm and said, "I got you." What was that conversation kind of like in taking over kind of the co-defensive coordinator position?
Well, it was just said, it was, I think at the late date of where we were with things in spring ball so close to coming that, for him to have to go out and hire would put him at, really put you at peril, basically. It's hard to do in that short a period of time. It was hard enough in going through the process to replace the defensive line coach. And so, part of the growth here is to have Antonio continue to grow and one day have the opportunity to be a coordinator. And so for me to help him grow into that.
When you're looking at things, are you excited you were more of an advisor before? Are you excited to kind of get back into it? I know you practiced a little bit with the ball game, but being on it day in and day out.
I got to be out on the field there for the weeks of preparation for the Sun Bowl, but yeah, it'll be exciting it's been exciting to be back and to lead the meetings and so forth on defense for the last couple of weeks. So, be excited for next week.
Do you get that jittery feeling back after going out there on Monday?
As soon as that ball goes over our heads, I'll have that jittery feeling. I know that. So we got to keep that from happening.
AP was mentioning that you guys were going to kind of go away from the 3-3-5 and do more of a four-down look. Was that kind of inevitable once you guys became defensive coordinators?
Well, I think, part of the direction from Coach, Edwards in the offseason was to look at more conventional four-down stuff, to try to utilize our personnel and basically be able to recruit to it.
Yeah.
So once the change was when Tony left, then obviously the change became immediate.
Because you look at it as like when you're recruiting these 4- and 5-star defensive linemen who aren't going to want to come up the middle, they're going to want to be on the edge, and trying to give them a scheme to where.
Well, there's an opportunity. Yeah, I mean, football's there's 11 guys, and moving those pieces around have always been changed and so forth. But we just think that for us moving forward and where we are right now, it gives us a good opportunity to lay a really strong foundation.
Coach, what is your thought on just having some of the younger staff? It's like almost a 50-50 split of you have some of the older veterans and some younger bucks getting the opportunities.
Well, it is. It is great. A lot of college football, a lot of it is driven by recruiting. But what our goal now is to continue to grow these guys and to be great coaches. And Chris Hawkins is his knowledge. His presence and everything is a guy way beyond his years of experience. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive, really. When we interviewed him for the job in El Paso, and I got to I spent the majority of the time with him. in that process. So it was really great. And then now having been here since we've been doing football over the last 3 weeks, it's great to really get to know and hear him talk and communicate out with the players and so forth. And he's really got a great future ahead of himself.
What stuck out about him?
Pardon me?
What stuck out about him when you spend so much time together?
I just think his presence, his knowledge of what we wanted to do, his technical knowledge. I wasn't aware until the end of the interview process that Tony White was so familiar with him. He literally had recruited him out of high school, so had known him for a long time, had followed him. And so that was part of why we were making the hire. And just well-rounded, and obviously he's done a great job in the recruiting process, but really as an on-the-field football coach, I was really impressed with him.
Herm talked about the chemistry of the coaches room being so important. How long does it take when you have not just new guys, but this mix of old and young to be a cohesive group?
Well, we spend so much time together. Like right now, we start meeting at 7:30 every day, and we go until we have time with the players, and we come back together in the afternoon and continue to work together because we're trying to put this thing together very quickly. So, I think as we get into the first 2 weeks of spring football, and then we'll have the week where the players are away, gives us a great opportunity to take a step back and look at where we are. So that's our plan.